Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kat. I am the Nurse Flipper. I'm a full-time reseller, but today's video, I think, is aimed a little more at the general population. And the reason for that is I have started to declutter my house. And so I'm watching some decluttering videos, and it absolutely is like making me want to scream at the screen when I hear them say, throw away the empty boxes. The empty boxes are worth money. So what I would like to do today, whether you are a reseller or someone that might be looking to sell some of your extra clutter to earn money, is show you which boxes are worth keeping, are worth selling, and by showing you which ones are, that should help you know which ones are not. And I will say, if you are unsure at any point, just do a quick search on eBay, biggest selling platform for secondhand merchandise out there, and you will see if your box will sell. So first, what we are going to do is just talk a little bit about the types of boxes that do sell. Then I'm going to show you some more common ones. I'm probably going to go through the ones that have actually sold today on eBay. And then we are going to take a look at the ones that are worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And some of these might surprise you. They might be thrown out in your garage or your barn or in your storage unit, and you might not have any idea that they are worth so much money. So super excited to share this video with you. Let's go ahead and get started. So first, I'm going to address what I get asked all the time. And if this is your first time watching me, I just recently bought about 2,000 empty boxes, and they are selling like hotcakes. We made thousands and thousands from them in the last couple months. So with that experience, I have learned what boxes are selling for good money, also which ones are not. So to kind of cover just generally, the boxes that are going to sell are going to be either vintage from collectibles, new stuff, your electronics, your iPad, your Samsung phone, your camera, things like that. And the reason for this is mostly for resellers just like myself. If I have an iPhone that I picked up at an estate sale, it is going to bring me more money if I have an original box to go with it. So a lot of times the people that are purchasing these boxes are resellers. As far as your vintage older boxes, that is going to be a lot of collectors that might have that collectible piece, but they just want the box. So those two main things, electronics, collectibles, and your high-end designer, I'm going to throw that in as well. And that is the kind that I have mainly been selling. But just last week, I added in some luxury pen empty boxes that I bought from an online estate auction as well. So big boxes like your vacuum box probably isn't going to sell unless it's a really vintage retro vacuum or it's a really cool looking box. There are exceptions to every rule, but your newer and sometimes even older electronic boxes make those items more valuable to a collector or to a reseller. So those boxes, definitely check, give it a look. And your higher end designer boxes such as Chanel, Tiffany & Co., Hermes, Louboutin, Coach, all of those names are going to sell because either somebody might purchase it for a gift, somebody might be reselling it and want a box because it increases the value, or they want it for display. I've seen it used for display as well for people doing live selling shows. So without talking anymore, let's go ahead. I'm going to show you some boxes that have sold today on eBay. Not going to sort it by highest to lowest or anything like that. We are simply going to look at the boxes that have sold today. That is it. And then we are going to get into those higher dollar boxes that you definitely do not want to throw out. If you are decluttering, save these boxes. Whether you sell them yourself, if you post them online, I bet somebody would come pick all of them up from you. Someone such as myself that is a regular full-time reseller, or earn yourself a few extra bucks. So let's take a look. So the first thing I want to point out is in the last 90 days, 37,000, I highlighted way too much there, 37,000 empty boxes have sold on eBay. Over 10,000 a month empty boxes selling. So all of these boxes here, we're just going to scroll just for a couple of minutes. This is a Dinky original box. This is a Dinky Toys. And look at this box. It is not in great condition, sold for $20. Here is a lot of 24 Matchbox empty car boxes that sold for $17.50. Empty World of Warcraft miniatures game. So if you find a game at a yard sale and it's missing pieces, sometimes the boxes are worth money. Nike Jordan, that is a name brand that will sell. If you see, though, it only sold for $16 with free shipping. So they only got about $10 for the box. So I'm probably not going to search those boxes out, but I wouldn't turn them down if I found them. Here is an empty Rolex box with full paperwork. That one sold for $135. Gucci empty watch box, $75. Look at this. A Remington 12 gauge buckshot, empty box, empty, sold for $10. Now here's a cigar box. That is one I have sold before. $10 plus they paid shipping. Pharmacy prescription box, empty, $10. Apple iPhone. So I just wanted to, here's a MacBook Pro. I just wanted to scroll through and give you an idea. Here's another Apple, lot of Two Tops baseball cards, empty boxes. Warhammer, empty boxes. Empty Silverproof boxes. This cute vintage stuff, even if it's empty, it sells. People use it for display. $13 for that empty box. Here is some, like I've been selling, a Louis Vuitton. So now you get an idea. All kinds of boxes sell, right? Tons and tons of them. So now what we're going to do is look at the boxes that sell for big money, because these are the ones you definitely do not want to throw out. This first one is a rare new Tiffany & Co. box. This one sold for $300. I'm going to make it bigger here. $359. How incredible is that? Now, I do want to tell you exactly why this box sold for that much. And that is right here. You see it has leather. So most of them have velvet. This one has leather. This is a hard box. It is in excellent condition. They actually had two of them and both sold $359. You come across empty Tiffany & Co. boxes, especially the hard ones like this with the leather exterior and interior, do not pass them up. $359 for a single box. This one is a fun one. 1960s Red Devil Fireworks Colorama. Empty vintage box. $15 display, 73 pieces. So this held multiple. This one sold for $350. Nothing is in the box, guys. It is completely empty. So if you have some older boxes that you were getting ready to declutter, do not do it. Turn that clutter into some cash with stuff like this. There are always new brands that I am learning when it comes to reselling, and empty boxes is no different. This is a Harry Winston ring empty box case. You can see it says it has outer box, ribbon, and paper bags. This set sold for $360. I have never heard of this brand. So again, if you see fancy empty boxes or bags, look them up. This set, $360. This is another really nice, smaller jewelry box that sold for hundreds. This is a Cartier empty necklace box made in France. It does say collectors. Again, if somebody has a really nice Cartier necklace and they want to make it more of a set and more complete in the original condition, they would need this box. I actually have sold a couple of Cartier boxes here in the last couple months. This one sold for a best offer on $398. So if you take a look here at their pictures, you can see that Cartier. Cartier is traditionally that red with the gold band. Here's another Cartier mark on the bottom. So watch out for the red with gold because it does not say Cartier on the outside of most of these boxes. But if you see boxes like these, definitely take a look at them. If they are hard-sided, they are going to be worth some really, really good money. Here is one that I personally would have tossed out had it came in a lot to me. I wouldn't have had any idea. This is a René Lalique 4 empty boxes for perfume bottles. It was an auction, and we will take a look at where that auction started. This auction sold for $399. Here you can see it says Amber Antique and Cody. Parfums d'Orsay, Paris, France, and I'm probably going to butcher some names. Aries, also from Paris. These boxes, I still might pass these up. Let's take a look at the auction and see where they started it. So it was a 7-day auction. There were 6 different bidders, and it was started at $79. So they were starting it at about $20 per box, and it ended up at $100 a box. So keep an eye out, empty perfume bottles. And this is so expensive because it held Lalique perfume bottles. And yeah, one I definitely would have personally passed up. All right, here's another Tiffany box. And again, I wanted to make sure I show you these because the Tiffany & Co. jewelry boxes are worth significantly more than just a Tiffany & Co. collectible box. So you can see this says large empty Tiffany & Co. necklace box display, suede case with box. They did put museum ready with set, meaning it is in immaculate condition. Personally, I am so scared to say that about anything I sell because there could be a tiny flaw that would not make it in that great of condition. So I make sure to put pictures so that they can see them and see the condition of all the sides. So necklace box sold for $399. And again, we will take a look at why. Because this box, the outer box by itself, is not worth very much. This is where the money's at right here. This suede case. And if you open it, you can see Tiffany & Co. here up top. It does have the raised area to hold the necklace as well as the little ribbons. This is a large box. It's 9 inches by 11 inches. So this would have held a heavy necklace. You can see on the back there, it also has Velcro to hold those. So do not, again, if you happen to have Tiffany boxes in your mass of clutter, or if you're a reseller and see these while you're out, do not pass up Tiffany & Co. jewelry boxes. Here's another brand that is worth a ton of money. So typically, the more money something costs that goes in that box, the more money you're going to get for the box. This is a Steuben red leather display storage box case. They did accept a best offer on $475. Steuben is another one that the outside of the box is not labeled. So when you see boxes that look fancy or look nice, open them up. So now you can see that Steuben glass on the inside. And that is the only place that it is marked Steuben. And this does have some scratches and some dings, and it's still sold for close to $500, which is an incredible sale. Let me go back to that. Look at this scratch. It's got some significant wear and still sold for quite a bit. So keep in mind, even if they're not in the best of condition, they can still sell high. Star Wars. This is movie photo cards. You can see it's from 1977. This box is older than I am. This is an empty box, and it's not in the best of condition. It sold for $510.55 with 30 bids. So let's take a look here. Nothing overly, look at this. Look at the water stains on the bottom of this box. Crazy. They also have the inner boxes that are empty, so that definitely added to that value, but there are no cards. Absolutely no cards. So let's take a look. $510. This was an auction. It was a 10-day auction. There were 14 different bidders, and we'll scroll down here, and it was started at $50. $50 and a $500 on a 40-year-old empty stained box. So while you're going through things or while you're out at those estate sales, ask them if you can buy the empty boxes, and they might even have stuff stored inside of these boxes. So don't forget that too. Look at the boxes that are there, make an offer if it is one that you can research and see that it sells for good money. All right, this is a little more up my alley because this is exactly what I have been selling. So this is an Hermes Birkin 30 empty packaging box. So this one sold for $639. It has the dust bag, the felt, the booklet, and the raincoat. So all of the accessories that went with that purse. And I will tell you that purse is tens of thousands of dollars. So for a seller, this is going to increase the value probably by $1,000 or more. So here you can see the ribbon from the box. They've also got the small dust bag. This is the raincoat here underneath it. I sold raincoats for these. There are raincoats for Hermes purses. Make sure you know that, because they are worth money too. So here's the Hermes booklet. So they made a kit, and this is, I did not sell any of my boxes this high, but I have sold them for $200. And most of mine, I pulled out the dust bags and the ribbon, and I'm kind of selling them separately. So keep that in mind though. If you find a higher end designer box, try and figure out what type of item went in it, whether that was a purse or shoes. And if you can figure out the exact one, then you can get a little bit more money. All right, here's another one that sold for $626. This is a Gilbert U238 Atomic Energy Lab box, only empty. Very, very clear that this is only the box. This box sold for $626. So let's take a look. This is probably a collector that's going to display this box, would be my guess. Really, really cool graphics there on the inside, but nothing in it. So let's take a look. It got 38 bids. This one was a 7-day auction, and we'll scroll down here. And this one started $9.99. I would be very, very happy if I were a seller who listed a box at $10 that it sold for $6.26. So amazing, amazing buy. Watch for those empty boxes with really cool graphics. Now, this next one, again, really cool graphics. This is an empty box from Kiss Bubblegum Cards, 1978. This empty box isn't, look at the condition of it. Look at the condition. And it still sold for almost $700. I'm telling you, I feel like stuff is stored in these kind of boxes at estate sales, right? So, it is amazing. Let's take a look. It was an auction, got 27 bids. This one was a 10-day auction. And this one was also started at $9.99. I didn't look at the seller's name on that other one. Very, very possible it was the same seller who got lucky with some of these really cool boxes, but amazing sale on an empty box for almost $700. Here is another one. This is another Hermes for the Birkin B25, another expensive purse. Sold for $720. Another one that has the box, dust bag, ribbon, felt to cover the purse, as well as raincoat. So this increases the value. When I sold, and you're going to see here a little bit in the video, my boxes, I sold empty boxes, and then I sold the raincoat separate. I sold the cards separate. I sold the ribbon separate. So all of that, if you put into a lot, if you don't have a ton like I did, which is why I separated them, they can be really valuable. So this one's another $700 sale on an empty Hermes box. All right, another name I have not heard of, and this one, 2 of them sold at $750 each. This is a Patek Philippe Calatrava watch box. It does say empty case Nautilus, Aquanaut Authentic and Proper, $750. I did not know this name. You can, but now I see Cartier there. Here you can see there is almost a hole there in it. Very, very nice inner case, as well as a dust bag for the watch. Beautiful, beautiful box, but not a name I was familiar with, which is why I say if you have empty boxes in Clutter, or you see empty boxes while you are outsourcing, be it estate sales, garage sales, thrift stores, flea markets, look them up. Look them up. $750 a box. All right, these kind of surprised me because I haven't really done a lot of box research on boxes other than the designer boxes. And that's because that's what I got. I would not have known to look for these empty boxes. So this is an American Flyer Trailblazer freight set. It is from 1958, 60-year-old box. Empty. $825. So let's take a look here. You can see, again, these boxes are not in the best condition. I wouldn't expect them to be with their age, but this is stuff I see people throwing stuff in. So $825, 45 bids. Let's take a look and see where this one was started at. This one was a 7-day auction, 9 different bidders, and it was started at 99 cents. 99 cents into $825. Watch for vintage empty train boxes. Definitely something to take note of in this video. All right, I think most of us know that Nintendo, Game Boy, those games sell good. But what about the empty boxes? This is an empty GBA Charizard Red Pokemon Center Game Boy Advance. Empty box. Sold for $1,826. Let's take a look. The box is in pretty good condition. It does say Charizard edition here. And let's take a look. 31 bids. This one, oh my gosh, and it was a 1-day auction. Wow. So this was a fast and furious auction. And it started $50. $50 for this empty Charizard box. Sold for $1,826. If you see empty game boxes, or if you have them, you might have this thrown in your house. If you have this thing thrown in it, I personally would suggest selling it. And if you don't want to, I would be glad to take it from you. So watch for these. Next is empty Magic the Gathering cards. Maybe your kids collected them, maybe your husband, your grandkids. 7 Magic the Gathering empty booster boxes sold for $2,500. There were quite a few empty Magic the Gathering boxes selling this high. So I'm going to scroll through here because I have no clue what made these specific ones worth so much, but make sure to check them if you have empty trading card boxes. Even, again, those outer storage boxes can go for money. An incredible sale, $2,500. And now we're going to take a look at the top 3 empty selling boxes. All right, this one looks to be in pretty good condition. This is an original Lionel Rio Grande empty master carton, post-war, no reserve, $2,551 on auction. We will take a look at it here. Watch, there were a lot of Lionel train boxes that were worth a ton of money. And look, they're advertising here. They will buy your Lionel stuff. That is against eBay policy, by the way. All right, so let's take a look. $2,551, 29 bids, 7-day auction. Let's see where they started it. Another 99-cent auction. Crazy. 99 cents, 9 bidders into $2,551 from something that was probably sitting as clutter in someone's garage, most likely. Absolutely crazy. I feel like I have seen empty train boxes and I have not paid them attention, but I will not make that mistake anymore. All right, top 2. This is another Lionel train box, $3,000. It has a rip. Do you see this? It has a rip. And it's still sold for that much. It does say the contents. Originally, this train cost $75. And now the box is selling empty. This is pretty cool graphics, though, an investment in happiness. But it is wrinkled. It is not in like new. Made in the US and $3,000. Now we are going to take a look at the top selling empty box from the last 90 days. So I am very, very proud to announce that the top selling empty box sale was mine. I will tell you, and we will scroll down, this was a lot that I purchased and I put together specifically for someone. The flat rate freight is because I drove these boxes down to Miami. So here you can see, this is one of the boxes. I'm going to scroll down into the description and here you can see all of the boxes that were of this size. Now what we're going to do is scroll down. I charged them again $200 to drive it to Miami. Now what I did here, this was a custom listing. They got 10 of the boxes that were pictured, as well as 3 that were a little bit smaller. I told you earlier, I sell rain protection and I sold them separate. They also got 10 rain protection and 12 dust bags. So this, I priced it at $5,000 because I didn't want somebody else to buy it. And it was actually a $3,300 sale. This again is, and I'll scroll back up to the top here. This is my listing. There you can see the nurse flipper. I do have positive feedback on this, and they also bought 1,500 more in boxes the day after I got home. So if I have not convinced you by now, I don't think I'll ever convince you. And empty boxes are worth money. All right. I was really happy to see that my lot was the top one. I'm not going to lie to you. So I hope that this has helped, and that if you have these boxes in your clutter, in your garage, in your storage unit, or you see them at an estate sale, even if they're storing things, I would be like, excuse me, can I just buy the box it's in? A lot of people do not know these boxes are worth that much. A lot of those surprise me, the empty card boxes, the Lionel train boxes. You come to expect that the designer high dollar boxes, but not the others. So please keep an eye out. If you are decluttering, don't throw boxes like this away. Please do not throw them away. Sell them or offer them to somebody who will. Watch for the jewelry boxes. The electronics boxes are going to be more bread and butter, 10, 15 bucks, but it adds up. pop it up online. If you price it right, they sell pretty fast. We have sold hundreds of boxes since I got them 2 months ago. They will sell fast if you price them right. Now, that big old vacuum box, that microwave box, if you have a stove box for some reason, throw them away. Definitely declutter those. But not any of those I just showed you. So again, I appreciate you watching. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I hope you're getting ready for Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. If you celebrate Hanukkah, I hope you're having a wonderful Hanukkah. I would appreciate if you hit the thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you're interested. And if you are a newer reseller, if you are just thinking about doing this while you are in the process of decluttering, I do have a playlist that has videos on how to sell. So it'll teach you how to take pictures, how to do the shipping, everything like that. And you can always comment. I am happy to respond to all comments. I appreciate you watching. I will see you on the next one.